Hi, I'm Carly Cornell.
And I'm Harvey Cornell, and we are Dragon Phoenix Games.
Today we want to bring you our top 10 cooperative games by other people. We started this a couple of months ago. We did a top 10 list of our favorite adaptations that we've done, and that actually received quite a lot of attention, and we thought, well, if you guys are interested in knowing what we think of co-op games, we wanted to talk to you about the co-op games that we've played. Now, obviously we haven't played every co-op game in the entire universe. That's just not even possible, I would say. Mm-hmm. But we played a whole bunch, and these games are either designed as co-op games or have a co-op mode that we've played. Just to give you kind of a list, we have some stuff here that didn't make our top 10, but that are things that we have considered because we've played them and we rated them in our list. They're Arkham Horror, Battlestar Galactica, Black Orchestra, The Captain is Dead, The Daedalus Sentence, Dead Panic, Dragonfire, Fallen Angel, Forbidden Island, Forbidden Sky, The Grizzled, Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, Legends of Andor, Mansions of Madness, Mice and Mystics, Mysterium, Pandemic the Cure, Sentinels of the Multiverse, Shadows over Camelot the card game, Spirit Island, Star Trek Expeditions, Tiny Epic Defenders, Tiny Epic Zombies, Valerian, and XCOM. All of those things we've either played, we own, we do still play, but they didn't make it to the top 10. So...
Well, and before we actually get to the top 10, we thought we'd mention some that we're going to call honorable mentions. And what makes them an honorable mention is that they received some top votes from the two of us, because what we did is we each listed our favorites, like 1 through 20, and I combined those to get an average score. But the honorable mentions got some votes to be in the top 20, but they didn't make it to the top 10 overall. So, and these, again, not in any particular order, but D&D Temple of Elemental Evil, which is one I liked, but Carly didn't. And then The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, and the sequel to it, Desolation of Smog, Forbidden Desert, Pandemic, the original Pandemic, Robin Hood and the Merry Man, a very new game that we just got, Planet of the Apes, which we tried recently at the convention, BGG convention, Arkham Horror, the card game, which we're in the middle of playing as a campaign with some friends of ours right now, Pathfinder, the adventure card game, and Lord of the Rings. So those are our honorable mentions, and now we're going to go through our top 10, which actually turned out to be a top 11 because there's a tie for 10th place.
What are you going to do?
Okay, so also a very new game that we've actually only played once, but we're impressed enough with it to make it into the top 11. So it's tied for 10th. We have Discover, Lands Unknown. And I like survival and the idea of just being stranded and trying to make your way, and so this appeals to me, and just struggling for every little thing you get and scraping by.
And we haven't won it yet, so that's...
And actually, like I said, we only played it once, but I'm given to understand that it's possible to get into a situation where it's not very cooperative, so it may be more appropriate to call it semi-cooperative, but we don't know that much about it yet. We played the one, and we were playing cooperative there, so we'll see. But that is tied for 10th, along with
Star Trek Panic, another game we haven't won yet. Now, the difference between this one and this one on the haven't won it yet category is that we've played this one a bunch. We really like the Panic approach to games. We've got Castle Panic and Dead Panic and this one. So obviously it's a mechanic that we enjoy. And of course Star Trek, please.
I mean, I'm a really big
Yeah.
Trekkie, so that
Look
really
at us.
appeals.
We remember the original series, okay? When it
Now,
first
we don't just remember the original series. I can give you the name of every episode on the original series because I've watched them all 38 times or more. Actually, I'm in the middle of watching them again.
So, love the theme, love the setup, love the panic mechanic. Sure do wish we'd have won it yet, but
All the more
That may
determined to
be-
get there.
yeah, but that may be one of the reasons it's not higher in the top 10 than it is.
Okay.
So, at
That was our
number 9.
Yeah, number 9, Shadows over the Camelot. Also, like the King Arthur theme. Big fan of that. And this is a really well done co-op. I enjoy this a lot. I like
Yeah.
knights and wizards and things, so
Yeah,
it's good.
the structure's real good. We play it. We've played it many times, and
You know, it's kind of my go-to game. If we have some new people over and we want to play something co-op so they don't feel like, you know, it's too competitive an environment, this is one of my go-tos for a co-op because it's very good for working together. It's not that hard to learn, and it's just a lot of fun.
yep, yeah, and there's enough independence of the play that we don't have problems with people relying on us to run it for them or being
alpha
resentful
gamer.
if we do. So because we don't really want to create an alpha gamer situation when we're playing co-op. We want everybody to play, and so this one is well structured for that.
Now, also one that was quite a find for us,
Number 8.
at number 8, Space Cadets Away Missions. And sorry, but Carly and I just love killing monsters and space bugs. That's just, how can it get better than that, right? Space Cadets shooting things up, it's great. And this one is one of those things where they can just start overrunning you, and it just gets crazy when the space bugs start coming out the vents and everything.
Yeah, and
they're all
then,
over
and
the
then you get
place
the sentinels. Those are the really big, green, ugly monsters. And we like this one because it actually has monsters in it that you
Yeah,
get to
and
play
the brain
with.
in a jar.
Yeah. Who wouldn't
Nasty.
want to kill that? I mean, what the heck?
Oh, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So,
At
at
number 7.
it's a tie for 6. So we don't have a 7 because we have a tie for 6th.
I see.
So,
Okay.
so
We have Thanos Rising. Okay, yes, I did read Marvel Comics when I was a teenager, but I don't watch every single superhero movie that ever comes out. Just don't. So I sat down to this one saying, well, okay, we'll give it a shot. But the play is really satisfying on it, and I like having the jewels that you can touch. They're pretty, so it's attractive, and
it's a dice game, but it's pretty fun.
I like dice games.
It's kind of light.
And I like manipulating the dice, and it gives you lots of chances to either get more dice or to manipulate the dice that you have, or
And there's a lot of ways to help each other with the little tokens that you can say, here,
Yeah.
take this token, that'll help you out, That's nice.
I found the level of cooperation among the players is especially high in this one, and so that's why this one got to number 6, 7.
And it is tied with
Castle Panic. Okay, I told you I like the panic mechanism. This was our first. We added the Wizard Tower extension to it, expansion. Love it.
This is the first co-op game we ever bought, I think.
It probably is.
And it's one of our oldest games in
yeah.
terms of how long we've had it since we've been together.
And it's been on the table a lot. And it's one of those that, again, like Harvey said, when we're introducing new people to our game group and they're a little timid about what are we gonna do now, and I'm not sure I ever want to do this thing, and all that. The nervous ones. We like co-op play for that, and this one is. It's a lot of fun. It's easy to learn, and again, we play hands up. We don't play hands down because we've learned that that's one of the ways that you protect the integrity of each player being able to play. Because I don't know whether Harvey or I is worse at it, but we have a tendency to be a little bossy. Tell people what to do.
Yeah, and it's better.
Okay, I probably do it more than he does.
I doubt that.
Anyway, fact is, really great game that we use for introducing new people in our group.
Okay, now we're to the top 5. And in 5th place, another survival type game, Robinson Crusoe.
It's a classic.
We got this quite a bit farther back, and we only recently got to discover. The interesting thing about this game, it's really intricate and interesting, but when we don't play it for a while, it is a little bit hard to pick back up because you really have to study, okay, how does this work again? And we've now played it like maybe 4 or 5 times, and occasionally we haven't picked it up just because, you know what, I would have to go figure out how to play it again because we haven't played it for 6 months. But when we do go to the trouble to figure out how to play it again, it's worth it because it's deep. It's a deeper, Discover Lands Unknown is nice because it's not that hard to figure out what to do. The rules are more simple. This is more complex, but it's also deeper, so it's very satisfying.
Yeah. If when you win one of these scenarios, and we don't win them every time, of course. Honestly, that's one of the things that I use as a measure for a co-op game. I want it to be mean. I want to lose sometimes. I even want to lose a lot. Now, not every single time, so I'm, withholding judgment on Star Trek Panic. But I want to lose sometimes, and one of the reasons for that is that, like for this one, when we lose a scenario and then we come back and play it, and it might be 6 months later, again, and we have some clue about what we're doing, and then we win it, that's very satisfying. So.
Okay, and coming in at number 4 is Mage Night. And I delayed a long time before I finally tried this game, and I'm really glad I did. I really like the mechanics. The only reason it doesn't score any higher because I really like the way the card system works and everything. But there's just not enough scenarios available in here, and it just needs a little bit more variety, in my opinion, to take advantage of the nice system that Lotta has designed here. So it would come out more if I had more scenarios to play that I really wanted to play. And I found a few things online that we're going to try soon. Yep. We actually started a little mini campaign someone else designed for it. So still, it's really a lot of fun and challenging to make proper use of your character. Just moving, moving very around the map well is a lot of work, but it's rewarding when you make it work.
Yeah, we have had a couple of times that we were playing scenarios where we really made the nighttime work for us. I think that's one of the secrets to a really good play of this game is the daytime seems to be fairly intuitive to anybody who's played fantasy games, who's ever done a dungeon crawl. No big deal. But the nighttime effects in this game are a little different, and the most satisfying plays that we've had of it were the ones where we really got the nighttime working for us so that we could get things done nighttime and daytime, and that being able to engage that something that's a little bit different from what you get from every other fantasy game in the world is one of the things that we really, well, at least that I find very worthwhile in this game.
And another thing, like Space Cadets, it's a game of killing the baddies, so we like that.
Kicking monster butt, come on.
Okay.
I think we've discussed how much I like that.
Coming in at number 3, this if Castle Panic is not our oldest co-op, it's this one. But I think it's
Yeah,
Castle
it's
Panic,
one
but
of
they're
the-
close. So
Yeah.
Defenders of the Realm in at number 3.
Yeah, Defenders has been on the table many times. And we've got it with the Dragon expansion and without. We still play it both ways.
And I don't know how many times we've played this game and won by our fingernails.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we
You know,
have some great
the
memories.
boss monsters are hovering at the borders of our defended realm, and yeah.
Well, I remember one time with the last boss monster, we went in there to fight him, and
Yeah.
we lost, but the monster had 1 hit point left, and we
Yeah.
used up all of our cards, and I was able to draw some cards the next turn before he could heal up, and I went in with only 1 or 2 cards, and I just got lucky enough to finish
some
him. And
crazy
it's like,
thing.
if that hadn't happened, then he would have been back up to full strength before we'd come back, and we would have lost for sure.
Yeah.
And it's like amazing.
But those kinds of nail biter endings are really very fun for us. So, and yes, we get to kill
And
monsters.
then we have a tie for first place. And one of those
Hello.
is
Defenders again. Only this time the last stand. One of the things that happened when we brought this out, the first time we played it was at the BGG Con. I think that was a year ago, and what we found out is that several of the mechanisms that we have in the base game, in the original game, have been enhanced, cleaned up. Dare I say, I don't want to be judgmental about somebody's designs, but they've been
made
improved.
better. They were good,
And-
now they're better.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, we still play the basic Realms game, but this one we like this much more because the card decks are a little easier to understand what's going on, so it's easier to teach the game. We like playing this one with lots of people at the table because, well, no, that does mean you're going to spend your entire evening doing it, but it's worth it because it's just so fun. And the improvements that they've made in the game make it that much easier for people who haven't played it as many times as we have to get into it, really feel like they're in control. This one also has a very high level of individual participation, but also a very high level of cooperation, because the thing that I like about Defenders, both versions, is that those boss monsters, you need to cooperate with somebody else to kill them. Almost always it takes more than one person fighting the boss monsters to get it going. And coordinating that, getting to the same place, deciding who's going to initiate the attack, all of that stuff is a very high level of cooperation that I find very rich, very satisfying.
And you get to kill mutant monsters too.
How bad is that? We're disappearing behind all these games.
Well, and our last one, the other one tied for first place. My personal favorite, not only my favorite co-op, my favorite board game, period, Gloom Haven. These guys did an awesome job with this game. I can't even imagine how much time it took them to design all these characters with the intricate card sets that they have. It just boggles my mind, and kudos to these guys for such a great job. And I can't get enough of this game.
I'll testify to that.
And you know,
We
you
have
get to
at
kill
least-
monsters. You know.
Yeah, yes, of course. I mean, it's dungeon crawling at its best. We have, let's put this down because we disappear behind it. We have currently 2 ongoing campaigns.
And maybe about to start another one.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Because we have different game groups that want to play this with us, and we've got, it creates an extra bookkeeping problem, because Now you have to keep track of who's got which cards in their decks at a level that we aren't used to.
Yeah, it's
okay? It's just that.
Yeah, when you switch from one campaign to the other, you have to go reconstruct the characters because you've taken pieces from here to work for this group, and then now some of them has to go back to work for this group, and
yeah, and this group has these
work.
group trophies, and this group doesn't, and don't be using those, and yeah, and you know the question of do you use the same character in both scenarios because they're leveling up. So there's some things like that that make it a little extra thought to do more than one campaign, but obviously we wouldn't be running more than one campaign if we didn't really like the game. So,
as a quick recap, tied for 10th we had Discover, Lands Unknown, and Star Trek Panic. Then 9th place, Shadows over Camelot. 8th place, Space Cadets, Away Missions. A tie for 6th place, Thanos Rising and Castle Panic, along with the Wizard's Tower, which we have. 5th place, Robinson Crusoe. 4th place, Mage Night. And we haven't actually tried the space version of that, the Star Trek version. But
that's true.
I'm tempted. Haven't got it yet. Defenders of the Realm in 3rd place. And then tied for 1st place, Defenders of the Last Stand and Gloom Haven.
So, hope that helps you. Hope this makes it tempting for you to run out and buy some of these for your friends and family at Christmas. And look for us on Kickstarter. We're in the last 3 days of our campaign for Burning Phoenix Inn, if you catch us right away. If you don't, look for the game on our website at www.dragonphoenixgames.com.
Because we did fund, and we will have some extra copies that will be available through our website after they get here.
Yeah.
So,
thank you very much. Shall we thank Theo one more time?
Yeah, it never hurts to thank Theo again. He's so generous supporting us.
Thank you, Theo.
Thanks, Theo.
And that's it.
That's it. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.